Skyblock Youtuber controversies? Don't you mean their rite of passage? And I just wanted to apologize, not only to you, my fans, but to Simon Hypixel himself. And to really get that point across, I wrote a song on my ukulele. This just in. Problematic Skyblock YouTuber 30 Virus has been accused of taking 3 coins from a multi-billionaire. We've been speaking to authorities and they have full intentions of pursuing them. That's enough of that. As they were saying on the TV though, Hypixel Skyblock YouTubers have faced their fair share of controversies. From this guy breaking the game whenever possible, and eventually becoming admin, to this guy being a literal predator. How did we get here? Well, to answer that, we need to go back to 2019. Technoblades put out some really well-received videos on Skyblock, and other YouTubers from different Hypixel games have started uploading Skyblock content and become the first set of Hypixel Skyblock YouTubers. But it was pretty much only YouTubers that had already been uploading Hypixel content that rose to the top. This is important to keep in mind because all the people we're talking about today had already established themselves in this space, so they A, already knew what it meant to have an audience, and 2, knew what it meant to be an ambassador to the community for Hypixel. But what controversies could YouTubers have even gotten into in the first year of the game? Well, a few, but to keep things concise, I'm going to cover the 3 worst sins committed, who committed them, and the consequences that followed. The first of these sins was macroing. Now, if you didn't start playing within the first few weeks, then you may not know that it actually took a while for macroing to become at all relevant in Hypixel Skyblock. It took several months for it to really become a thing. And when this controversy happened in late 2019, macro was a relatively new term that was just kind of used as a blanket term for any form of cheating. This could mean downloading a complex bit of software to do hundreds of micro calculations to automate the gameplay, or something much simpler. Here to give you an exact definition is a very handsome man from a little over a week ago. Take it away, me. Macroing is where players have a bot or any external software or objects do repetitive tasks for them, such as slayers, farming, mining, fishing. Yeah, Skyblock players refer to putting something on your keyboard to hold down a specific key macroing. Is that kind of silly? Yeah. Is it also very efficient? Absolutely. Now, the YouTuber in question did the whole downloading software thing to automate a pretty brainless right-click every few seconds combat XP method, which involved shooting your bow every few seconds at ghasts spawned by a minion. Now, to accomplish this, he used an auto-clicker to shoot his bow every few seconds, but Skyblock actually had a way to counter this, which was that you needed to move your mouse every so often just so it knew you weren't AFK and would still give you XP. And so, the YouTuber in question also downloaded a software that would move his mouse slightly every so often. And he got that sweet, sweet combat XP until eventually... That's right, you may be able to get away with something like that in modern Hypixel Skyblock, but OG Hypixel Skyblock? Have some decency. Now again, this was in November of 2019, and wiping hadn't become quite as commonplace as it is now, so the YouTuber was able to continue progression after the 30-day ban. But things weren't dandy for him. I mean, he still lost 2 super important things. Firstly, he lost his YouTube rank. Now, he's not the only one on this list to receive that kind of treatment, but he is one of, if not the first Hypixel Skyblock YouTuber to receive that as a punishment. But the second thing he lost was much more important, being the respect of the community. People were clowning him on the forums, clowning him on the subreddit. I mean, I even took part and posted this hilarious meme.
But as the king of macros, I don't care about any of that.
But he never really recovered. Now, the YouTuber in question was named Tabor, and if you don't recognize that name, I don't blame you. Again, he got ousted from the community like 6 years ago, but in case you're worried, don't be. He made an apology video where he apologized not only to his fans, but
to Simon himself.
Simon here is referring to the founder and former CEO of Hypixel, a man who better be apologized to. So, clearly, the precedent was set strong. You mess up, you get the boot, right? Well, this next YouTuber did something arguably worse and got completely forgiven by the community. Now, this YouTuber was actually pretty respected, which made it rather surprising when his irresponsible actions caused the game to shut down so that the admins could fix the problem that he caused. Is what a lot of people were pretending happened, but the situation has way more nuance than that. Basically, this YouTuber went into a lobby full of players and told them how to duplicate items, completely by accident. Okay, I know how that sounds, but no, I promise it was an accident. See, backpacks in Skyblock used to be an item that you could right-click while holding to open a menu with room to put items. Now, because Minecraft doesn't actually have backpacks, well, Hypixel has to get a little creative and use player heads that look like backpacks. And in Minecraft, if you aren't wearing a helmet and you right-click while holding either a helmet or a player head, you put it on your head. This wasn't supposed to happen with backpacks, and when it did, players got the menu for the backpack, but the unchanged backpack item was put on their heads, duplicating the backpack menu. This meant that if you put items into the menu, they got deleted, and if you took items out, they got duplicated. Now, the YouTuber didn't know about the duplication stuff and just thought it was kind of funny that when you would right-click while holding a backpack without a helmet, it would disappear from your hotbar. Because he found it funny, he told players to do it. Players did it, discovered the dupe spread, the game had to be shut down, and you can probably guess who got blamed. Although from what I understand, admins only caught the glitch as early as they did because of his accidental exposure to it. So sure, he, caused the game to go down for maintenance, but probably indirectly saved hundreds of players from losing or duping their items accidentally. So it's not all bad. Now, the community response to this was kind of like a tsunami. He got lambasted pretty hard on the forums, but after making an explanation video and Simon himself clearing some things up, the community moved on, all things considered. The only tangible consequences were his YouTube rank being stripped for a month and him not being able to play Skyblock for a week, but he could still use Hypixel. Now, if you can't tell who it is from that iconic story, well, just picture the second biggest pig-related Skyblock YouTuber. That's right, it's Pigical. Whose entire response video, by the way, didn't have a single apology, which is kind of badass because he really didn't do anything that bad. Don't worry though, in the pinned comment, he issued an apology to, the Hypixel team, not the man himself? Interesting, okay, no, it's fine. You know what, if we take out the and drop the rest of the sentence, it counts. We're fine, we're good, we're fine. But those two are nothing compared to what I'm about to talk about. In fact, those two are mere child's play compared to the horrific actions of this third YouTuber. This has long been known as the biggest sin committed by a Hypixel Skyblock YouTuber. Okay, second biggest actually, because this guy was, again, a literal predator. You can't get any worse than that. But still, this YouTuber did something so insane, so out of touch, that he had to completely start over and stop taking gifts from viewers. He's been known as an enemy of the community for years because of this very thing. Some call it the reason for his success, others the cause of his downfall. He existed on the internet as himself. Yeah, I know. Wait, what do you mean you don't understand? No, this guy was himself and was even given coins from viewers. Real dirtbag stuff. Wait, you still don't know who I'm talking about? How many creative minds do you have again? Yeah, 30 Virus, the man that everyone loves to hate. And that whole starting over thing without taking gifts from viewers, yeah. That was entirely by choice to appease the forever hungry Hypixel forums. And although he makes it way too easy to make fun of him, honestly, I don't really get the hate. I mean, let's be real here. 30 is an honest guy. He does what he enjoys. He cares about what he enjoys so much that he's, suggesting ways to make it better. And he's an interesting person to watch, for me at least. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he did do a few things in the heat of the moment that weren't great, but I don't fully hold that against him. I mean, Skyblock players can suck from one Skyblock player to another. Let's be real about that. However, as unserious as his crimes were, one question does remain. Did he apologize to Simon Hypixel? Well, to get that answer, let's go ahead and use everybody's favorite search engine, Bing, and see what we can find. That sick son of a... I'm now getting word that a relevant Skyblock YouTuber, YikesMC, has alerted us that 30 Virus never apologized to Simon Hypixel. State officials suggest everyone stays inside until we catch this greedy sicko. Wait, we only covered YouTuber controversies in this video. If you want to see the controversial and somewhat dangerous world of Skyblock mods, click this video right here. And if you want to see what the right way to play Hypixel Skyblock is, click this video right here. And if you think that I'm oh so cool and awesome, click the subscribe button right here. And without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.